Good evening, everybody. This is Get on the Bus, presented by Salvage Station. And you've been to Salvage Station before, Mr. Karl Denson. What do you think about this place?
Many times, yes. It's an awesome place.
Well,
Great food.
Yeah, good food.
Yeah.
And lots of space.
Yeah.
We are really excited to have with us Mr. Karl Denson of Karl Denson's Tiny Universe, who's performing here tonight. He also plays with a little band called the Rolling Stones that you might have heard of once or twice, and has been with Greyboy Allstars. I mean, literally the number of people that you've played music with is almost incomprehensible. Is there anybody, though, that you've never played with that you're dying still to play with?
You know what? I haven't. I want to play with Derek Trucks.
Yeah.
I haven't played with Derek Trucks.
That is what the last person in that chair said, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Who was that?
Graham Lesh from Midnight North.
Oh, there you go. There you go. That makes sense. We're very simpatico, me and Graham. So, yeah, Derek Trucks. I would like to do something fun with him. Yeah, he'd be actually, I would take him and his wife.
Yeah.
Together. That would be it for me.
I don't think there's a cap on how much I would pay for that show.
Yeah.
If you guys made that happen, I don't think there's a cap on how much I would pay for that. I would go to that for sure. But you've got a new album, right? It's coming out March 8th. It's called Gnomes and Badgers.
Yes, sir.
And why don't you? I already, I did a little research, but I'd love to hear from your words. Where, I know the name came from a Greyboy Allstars. That was just, you guys decided not to use it. But what does it mean to you, Gnomes and Badgers?
Well, I've kind of turned it into a little campaign that I'm working on, and it's really just to try to get people to communicate better. In this time that we live in, of people completely going off the rails with these conspiracies and just oddball nonsense. Like, I'm just, the Gnomes and Badgers represent, people of differing beliefs and political viewpoints, and the key to the Gnomes and Badgers thing is that they actually talk to each other and have civil conversations, and don't have to always agree, but they don't have a mean spirit about it.
Yeah.
And that's what we need right now. We need to stop allowing people to stand in front of us and lie to our faces, and just because they say something that rings true with us, we coddle them. It's like,
yeah.
Like, I don't mind the fact that Trump's the president. I mind that people don't care that he's a liar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Hillary did a bad job of running for president. You know what I mean? She couldn't tell the truth about having a cold.
Yeah.
So at that point, you're like, you know what? You kind of lose your mind. But now we got this guy up there, and I think if we didn't coddle him, and if we call the spade, man, the guy is a freaking nightmare.
Yeah, absolutely.
And everybody, like, especially all these Christians out here, I'm a Christian. I'm offended by the fact that we have a liar and a cheat in front of us, and we don't call it for what it is.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I have a problem with. We're supposed to be admonishing each other, to a higher standard, and we're letting that guy just run rampant over my White House. I'm super irritated about it.
Yeah.
But I'm mainly irritated that we've turned it all into this meanness, that now we're just being mean to each other, and it's not cool.
And so you hope that Gnomes and Badgers can be a place where people can come and communicate, right? Like, it's something that can start discussion and not argument.
Well, I've got a long range plan for the Gnomes and Badgers thing, and I got a really great illustrator through a friend of mine over at Pixar, this guy Jason Deemer, who's done a bunch of, like, Ratatouille and Nemo and all kinds of stuff like that. But he did the album cover. Which is outstanding, by the way. I've seen it. It's so good. The album cover is outstanding. Cool? And so we're gonna. I'm trying to work up, the courage to put my full effort into, like, a kind of a political comic strip.
Okay.
So we can talk about different things. Because there's this, we've gone crazy, man. It's like people can't change their mind anymore.
Yeah.
Like, if you have one set of views, and then 10 years later, you actually, like, go, damn, you know what? I don't actually agree with that anymore. and then you go whole hog, like, trying to do good stuff based on your present epiphany. people are going to dig up dirt on you from 20 years ago and go, oh, you used to think that, you know? And there's like no right to go, well, I changed my mind. I'm actually like, I grew up and I evolved, and, you know, this is how we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be like changing and coming to different points of view and actually maturing and all that stuff. And now it's like people spend so much time talking bad at each other that you can't even change your mind anymore.
Yeah.
You know, and that it's just, you know, so that's the idea of hopefully.
And that limits growth. That limits your growth, because if you can't, I mean, aren't we on this earth to continue to get better every day?
Yes, exactly. And you know, I have views now that I didn't have 20 years ago, and I would expect I would be lauded for that, and not freaking down, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you know, so that I'm working on a bunch of different angles of how to get the conversation started in a way of like, you know, just like we're talking right now.
Yeah.
Just where you know, hopefully I can get some people with differing viewpoints and we can sit down and talk for 10, 15 minutes and kind of try to show everybody that it's possible to walk away from a conversation without being mad.
Yeah.
You know, or hurt or, you know, injured, any of that.
Speaking of changing and growing, and I just want to drop back towards the music a little bit more side of it. Your new album, Gnomes and Badgers, it is, I mean, so what, you put KDTU together in 92? Was that when you first?
98.
98? So
Greyboy Allstars started in 94.
Okay, so, but this is clearly an evolutionary track, going from New Ammo and through all of these different albums. And now this one, it's a lot groovier than the other albums that I've listened to. That you find this little, you drop into a little groove every once in a while and just kind of hold it for a minute. I feel like there's that funk, like make you just shake your ass, but then there's like parts that are gonna make you want to kind of just spin and hang and dance. And how do you feel about it? You said it's one of the most rewarding things you've ever done, putting this album together.
Yeah, you know what? It took a while to dial the band in, and I feel like we finally dialed the band in, and now there's like a trust factor going on with us musically, where I feel like I can come in and just hum a melody and let them do their thing, and it turns out like what we are, you know. And that's been really nice for me, because now I feel like my job is just to write songs. Yeah. And I just bring them to the band and go, here's the song, what do you guys think? And they start putting it together, and that's kind of where Gnomes and Badgers ended up, because it was like the kind of the third iteration of the record. You know, we made a whole record and then kind of threw it out, made some more tracks, threw half of those
sounds
out.
like my writing process.
Yeah, and then when we finally got there, I just came into the studio, and that record was, of those 11 tunes, I think like 8 or 9 of them were done in 2 days.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
Yeah, so I actually just came in with a bunch of half-done songs, and the band finished them, and we were there.
That's awesome.
So it's fun, and now I'm looking forward to doing the next record, and you know, I got a bunch of ideas, so I feel like probably you know, right after end of summer, we'll go back in the studio, and hopefully I got it streamlined where you know, we go in, record it, and make a record, and I don't have to like struggle with it again, you know. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
We've only got another minute or two. I don't want to keep you too long, but I do want to talk about this concept of you writing songs in your dreams. That's something that just absolutely blows my mind.
Oh, yeah.
And so, like, when you're having these dreams that produce a song, is there like a whole nother plot going on and the song is in it? Is the whole song about the dream? Like,
yeah, no, it's a whole other plot.
Okay.
It's like it'll just pop up in the dream, and it took a while for me to recognize that was my music. You know, like I'd be dreaming. Like I just had one that I haven't even messed with, but like a month ago I was dreaming, and the Greyboy Allstars suddenly started playing a tune, and there was a melody going, and then Mike Andrews, the guitar player, started singing the song, and it was kind of like Beatles-ish.
Okay.
And then I woke up, and that was the song. But it was like we were out there doing something somewhere in the world, and all of a sudden we were like writing the song, and we're getting on stage to play, and it just popped up out of the dream, and then I recorded it, and hopefully I got it clear enough that I can dredge up all the extra stuff. But it's like that when it happens, it's just the most random things, and they just pop out of my dreams.
Awesome. Well, once again, this has been Karl Denson with Karl Denson's Tiny Universe. He is also, like we said, play a little bit of time with the Rolling Stones. You spent some time with Lenny Kravitz. You played with just about everybody except for Derek Trucks, which we're going to work on. We're going to start a change.org petition.
Yeah, there you go.
Start a petition to get Derek Trucks and Karl Denson playing together. But once again, this has been Get on the Bus.
Take my calls.
So this has been Get on the Bus, presented by Salvage Station. Once again, Salvage Station located right down here on the river in beautiful Asheville, North Carolina. If you want to drink a beer, listen to a great band, and stand beside the river all at the same time while your kids run around and play on the hammocks, then this is pretty much the place for you. So thank you all so much, and we'll see you next time on Get on the Bus.
Here